I still remember the day I almost gave up on flying. It was last summer. I sat at my computer, staring at a round-trip ticket from Denver to Rome, $1,281. I refreshed the page 5 times. Cleared cookies, tried a different day. Still the same, $1,000 just to sit in a cramped seat for 10 hours? I sighed, closed the tab, and whispered, guess the world will have to wait. But a week later, something strange happened. I was at dinner with a couple I met in Portugal, retirees from Oregon who had just flown the same route for $860. I laughed and said, that's impossible. They smiled, and that's when they told me the first secret that would change how I travel forever. They said, you're looking at the wrong prices. It sounded ridiculous. But then they explained, airlines use private fare codes, invisible deals buried inside partner systems like AARP Travel Center, AAA, or even certain credit card portals. They aren't advertised. You have to know where to look. At night, I logged into the AARP travel portal. Same flight, same date. The price dropped by $421. I just sat there, staring at the screen. It wasn't a sale. It wasn't a coupon. It was a door I didn't know existed. And once I found it, I never paid full price again. Like, comment, flight hacks below if you want me to share the exact steps I use every time. After that discovery, I made it a mission to learn how the system really worked. And what I found shocked me. Airlines don't price seats like you think. They use AI-powered demand algorithms that change your fare based on who they think you are. Your browsing history, your location, even the number of times you check the same flight, it all adds up. When I searched from my home in Colorado, prices were high. But when I used a VPN to make it look like I was searching from Portugal, the same flight dropped by 22%. That's when I realized the game isn't about luck, it's about knowledge. Now, before I search for any flight, I open a private browser window. No cookies, no tracking, no price hikes. And if it's a long international trip, I'll even use a VPN to shop from different countries. Sometimes I'll save hundreds just by pretending I'm somewhere else. Airlines won't tell you that, but I just did. Then came the day I found the courage to call. It felt outdated, like something my parents would do. But a friend in Spain told me airlines still honor unpublished senior fares. So one afternoon, I called Delta. After 20 minutes on hold, an agent answered. I said, hi, I'm over 60 and I heard you have senior rates. Do you still offer those? There was a pause. Then she said, quietly, yes, sir, but they're only available over the phone. The fare she quoted me, 17% lower than what I saw online. Same flight, same class, just for asking. Since then, I've tried it with American Airlines, British Airways, and Air France. All confirm the same thing. They offer senior leisure fares, but only if you call and use the magic words, senior leisure code. I couldn't believe it. In a world obsessed with apps and automation, a simple human conversation saved me nearly $200. Comment old school wins if that trick just changed how you'll book forever. Then I discovered something even bigger. It started with a mistake. I was looking for flights from Denver to Rome again, and out of curiosity, I checked prices from Chicago. The same flight is $630, almost half. That's when I learned about positioning flights. Instead of paying $1,200 to fly direct, I bought a $90 flight to Chicago and boarded the cheaper route from there. Even after the extra connection, I saved over $480. Same destination, same day. Now I use that trick everywhere, flying to Mexico via Houston, to Spain via New York, to Thailand via Los Angeles. It's the same sky, just smarter math. A few months later, I started paying attention to timing. Not just which day to book, but what time. After comparing dozens of trips, I noticed a pattern. Tuesday mornings, 5 to 9 a.m., That's when airlines quietly release their lowest fares before competitors adjust. It's when the algorithms reset. And if you book during that window, you catch prices before the system rebalances. It's like stepping into a store 5 minutes before a sale sign goes up. Now I make my coffee, open my laptop early Tuesday morning, and hunt. It's my little ritual, and it works. Then came my favorite discovery, reward stacking. Most travelers think miles come only from flying. Wrong! You can earn miles from groceries, gas, hotels, and even insurance payments if you know how to link them. Here's how I do it. I joined Delta Sky Miles and linked it with my Marriott Bonvoy and AARP travel accounts. Now, when I book a hotel or rent a car, I earn points for both. Those points roll into my Sky Miles balance, which I then use for flights. That's how I flew from Denver to Lisbon last spring for just $67 in taxes. Everything else, paid with miles I didn't even realize I was earning. I used to think rewards programs were gimmicks. Now they're my ticket to freedom. But the one secret that made me feel like I truly cracked the system came completely by surprise. It was on a flight from Bangkok to Frankfurt. Long haul, overnight. I had my neck pillow, my headphones, and zero expectations. Then 10 minutes before boarding, a gate agent called my name. "Mr. Powell, we've upgraded you to premium economy." I looked around, half expecting it to be a joke. Turns out, some airlines quietly bump senior travelers to available premium seats when there's space. It's not official policy, but it happens, especially when you check in early, smile, and dress respectfully. That's when it hit me. Sometimes the best perks aren't on paper. They're given out of kindness, because experience still matters. These little secrets, the unlisted discounts, the smart timing, the phone-only fares, the reward stacking, they've saved me thousands over the years. But more importantly, they've given me something priceless, the ability to keep traveling when most people think it's no longer possible. Flying doesn't have to feel like a privilege for the wealthy. It can be an art for the wise. The trick isn't more money, it's more knowledge. And every time I step onto a plane now, I feel a quiet sense of victory. Not just because I'm going somewhere beautiful, but because I got there on my own terms. If you've ever felt grounded by the cost of travel, I hope this story shows you. There's always a way to fly farther for less. You just have to know where to look. Comment "Travel Smarter" if this episode gave you something new to try. And if it did, hit that like button right now. It tells YouTube to share this with more travelers who deserve to know they don't have to stop exploring. And don't forget to subscribe, because next week, we're leaving the airports behind and setting our sights higher. Top bucket list trips to take after 60. Start checking them off now. We're talking about the dream journeys, the ones you always said you'd take someday. Well, someday starts now. Until then, remember, the best seat isn't just the one near the window. It's the one that takes you somewhere new. This is Forever Travelers, where freedom doesn't retire, it just boards early. Asterisk.